Hello people, welcome to update number 8, and this update will be a short one. I just finished the notes and the summary feature. Those are now complete, which means I'm only left with one more feature before I'm able to launch the app. So if you remember from the initial design, we had the feed listing view, and then we had the notes, we had the highlights, and then we had the summary. So the feature I'm talking about are those for the notes and those for the summaries. Here's a small demo of how they work. So essentially, you'll be able to, on top of the highlights I explained last update, you should be able to add notes and be able to add summaries for the different articles you collect. So for example, if we are looking at, let's look for an interesting article. Let's say getting started with foundation models. So let's say you're reading this article. So on top of the highlights, which is what you could add after last week, this would be an example of a highlight. All right, you can now add notes. So let's say we create a note called found, and you can save that. And let's say create a note called MOB. I'm just coming up with random letters, but you just add whatever notes you find useful about that article. The notes are tied to the article. And then you can also then now, because you'll have the notes, you will have the highlights, and then you can also now create a summary. So here's just going to come and click generate summary, and it will generate a summary of the article that you have been looking at. So here it just talks about Apple's new foundation model framework and all that. So you can either clear the summary or save it. So when you save it, next time you just open up, it should still be there and it will be saved to core data. So this article now has highlights, notes, and summaries. So all of these are added to the keep, so whereby you can see the ones we just added, the notes, and then the highlights we just got. This is the highlight of today about the foundation model. And then this is the summary that's just added in. So you have the notes, you have the summaries. Okay. You can open them and edit them. And then you have the highlights. Yeah. So the last bit of the puzzle will be the chat, whereby you'll be chatting with everything. You'll be chatting with your highlights, notes, summaries, maybe articles. I'm not sure, but for now, you'll be chatting with your notes, summaries, and highlights and articles. So you're able to chat with them. That will be with the help of AI. That will be the part I hope to finish off this week. So with this particular update, yeah, it was just notes and summaries. The summaries, I think, were the hardest to implement because you can't just take an article and then send it to ChatGPT to summarize. An article contains a lot of HTML, a lot of streaks, so you need to clean it up before you actually send it. So for cleaning it up, there's a package called Swift Soup. So you can use Swift Soup and you can extract out the contents of the important parts. With Beautiful Soup, you're able to extract out the important parts of the HTML, and that's what you actually send for summarization. Summarization is just a simple prompt, okay? And in that prompt, you have a few parameters. These parameters come from the settings. Take a look at the settings. In the settings, you can set the style of summary you want. You can set the length. You can also set the tone. Do you want it academic? Do you want it formal? Do you want it analytical? So for example, if I clicked analytical with pros and cons, for example, and then let's pick an article working with general that. Okay, let's click that one. And then I do summary, and you'll see it now create pros and cons in the summary. So it will do analysis of the article, and it will does the pros and the cons, all based on that knowledge. So that will be it. The next part, the last part I want to do next week is the chart, and then we shall be ready to launch. Okay, that's the only update I have for you this week, for today. I'll see you on update number 9. Hopefully chat will be done. And update number 10 will be launch process. Thank you very much.